Hi everyone!
Hey.
We're back with another episode and I'm getting a little bit sick. I'm having like a lot of sniffles and I just feel really uncomfortable. I just feel I'm falling sick and I can't stop sneezing or sniffling and I'm really hungry so I'm eating kuehs.
Okay, I texted the group. Okay.
Yeah, let's start.
Alright. We were just asking our friends if they want to eat lala with us tonight. That
Okay.
shit is so fire. If you're ever inclined, go to that restaurant.
Okay, let's start.
Okay,
Read.
let's start. I have something to tell the whole world, but then again, I thought it might not be the best thing to say. I always think that life can be so hard to live in like right now. I decided that if the time is right, I would like to tell everything and I have kept for so long. Let's begin with my sexuality. Chapter 1. This topic has been one of the most difficult things I have to face. I clearly have no idea what my sexuality is. I struggle to know who I am. I have to be honest, I think all this sexuality thing started when my first kiss happened.
Damn.
My first kiss happened when I was 14 years old and it's with a girl. I hope she's your age. When I had that kiss, I felt something I've never felt before in my life.
Horny.
The feeling of being loved and accepted by someone else.
Oops.
I really love those feelings and I do really love her. I really do. But I guess I was not the one for her after all. We've dated for a few months and both agreed that we should break up because our relationship became unhealthy as we are both taking advantage of each other.
Damn. What's that even mean?
We became friends again. Things got super ugly after the breakup. I was super sad and depressed right after the breakup, even though I agreed to it. Because I really do love her, but maybe she thought we were just experimenting things together.
Oh, shit.
She thought I was just playing around with the relationship. But actually, I really wanted to pursue this relationship. So I became very emotional and depressed. No one knew that I was broken deep down in my heart, not even her. Then she began to bully and physically abuse me pretty much every day in school.
What? What is it? What?
Wait, what? She had abused me throughout our schooling days when I became her desk mate. She has stopped doing it during the time we were dating. She's actually a really nice person, minus the abusive part. No, she's not. She
Girl,
needs to go to jail.
how are those two things like in the same sentence?
No, you all, I'm sorry, PSA to everybody in our audience, you need to stop making excuses for people who have hurt you in your life. It's okay to cuss them out. It's okay to say they should go to jail. It's okay to say they're a bad person. They abused you. Don't be like, oh, she was a nice person. Actually, for the most part, she's a nice person, but she abused me. She's not a nice person. She hurt you. It's okay, and stop making excuses for them. Y'all, okay. At the time, I was emotionally wrecked in my head and adding up to from the bad treatment from her, I didn't like it at all. So I did something that I regretted for the rest of my life. I thought maybe if I had a broken heart, I should find another person to mend my broken heart. And, I did find one. I named her Alex. Well, I found Alex. She's actually one of my ex-girlfriend's friend.
Oh,
She's
shit.
cute, kind, smart, and pretty. At first, I really fell for her, but as time goes by, I soon realized that I don't really like her.
Oh, no.
I just look up to her as a friend and not my lover. My ex-girlfriend began to notice that she ships Alex and I. Things got awkward really fast. On one occasion, my ex told me to do a proposal in class to Alex as something to laugh about. Your ex-girlfriend needs to go to jail. Well, I mean, everyone laughed about it, but I know it annoys Alex a lot and she doesn't like it. Then I started to have too much fun on her. I started doing pranks. At first, it was okay. I'd done it too often and it annoys her until she had to tell the counseling teacher. She and my ex went to the teacher to expose me about that problem. I got called by the teacher to her room. The teacher started asking me questions and stuff, which makes me so angry in my heart. At the session, I told the teacher countless of lies because that teacher doesn't have to know everything in my life. Yeah, I would have done the same too, especially like, I don't know, your school, like, is your teacher okay with you dating women? At the time, I also tried not to tell her everything about my relationship with my ex. I was really protecting her because exposing her will bring problems into my life and hers. So I tried my hardest not to tell. So I have like 5 to 7 sessions with that counseling teacher. One of the sessions, she told me to apologize to Alex and my ex in front of the class the next day. And with her witnessing it as I do it, I agreed to do it. I did apologize, but I added something bad towards the end of the apology speech. The counseling teacher heard what I had to say and she quickly demanded me to go to her room. Everything started all over again with the teacher talking about massive bullshit. I pretended to listen. Then after a few weeks, I began to play pranks on Alex again. This time,
I need to handle the dog. Pause. Sorry, this is what parenting is like. But that sounded a little...
That's like crazy. So like basically the cycle of abuse never ends.
I'm bringing him up.
I started to play pranks on Alex again. This time, things just escalated so badly. My ex decided to call my parents about this problem. So yeah, my mom and sister came to the school because the school called them. The principal talks to my mom about it while I was being so angry and sad at the same time, walking around school with another friend. Then my mom scolded me in the car on the way back and my sister looked at me one kind. I hated that moment so bad. I cried so much in the car. Remembering it is now deadly painful, but I guess no one knew how painful it was. Then I become depressed again, but now it's even worse than the first time. I have begun to have suicidal thoughts, like for real, because my heart couldn't handle that pain anymore. It was so painful, like your heartstrings could have torn any second. One more thing, Alex, my ex, and I literally become enemies. My ex started taunting me just to move to other schools and stuff like that. I pretend not to hear, but I really do take in her words because I still care for her. Then I developed a habit of punching walls like really hard until you could see the bruises on my knuckles.
Pause for a bit, because... Okay, to be honest, yeah, it's painful to have lost an ex and you said that you really care about her, but would you do that kind of things to the people that you care about?
Yeah.
Even though they have been hurting you, yeah, but if you really care about that person, it will just hurt you and you will not do anything about it. Of course, you don't want to come off as like, oh, you can push me around or push over, you can do whatever and not suffer consequences. But then, I don't think that this should be the kind of thing that you should be doing to other people. I don't want to lie.
Yeah. I was so angry that I couldn't hold them in any longer. I have to let it go without hurting anyone. Then I felt the punching walls are not enough, so I did the stupidest thing in my life. I did self-harming. I did my first cut in the school toilet with scissors. The first cut was so amazing. I felt like my pain had gone away for 12 hours in my life. So I got addicted to self-harming until my ex noticed that something was wrong with me. So she asked me what was wrong and she asked me to roll up my sleeves. She saw red bloody lines on my arms. Then my history teacher also noticed and she advised me about how self-harming is bad and stuff. I really took her advice seriously. After that, my ex went out to buy plasters. At first I thought, what is she doing with the plasters? Then she rolled up my sleeves and put 2 plasters on my cuts. The moment I thought I have another shot to reconcile our relationship, but then I think maybe it's best that we stay friends. Girl, you just cut yourself. Oh my god. Then things started to become better until she hit me in the head hard with a textbook. I became very angry, so I decided to cut ties with my ex. Great.
Okay.
I couldn't stand any more of her hot and cold behavior, so I did. I know it's one of the bad choices I made in life because at the time I didn't have many friends and I basically was all alone. Then I became friends with Jenny. Jenny is really one of the angels that saved me from my living hell. She's such a supportive friend. I really do feel blessed having her as my friend. Conclusion, that's how I lived my teenage years. It was tough, but I made it out alive with little scars. I can't tell the whole story full detail of the experience, but I hope it will give a picture for you to see it. I kissed a girl, I made some bad blood, I destroyed myself, and now I decided that I might not get the answers I wanted, but I hope time will tell the truth eventually. So in this case, I would say that my sexuality does not matter the most, but my happiness is. So in the future, if I ever find someone, highly doubt that, I hope I will love that person unconditionally, regardless of what gender that person is. Because I'm not sure if this is a coming out story, but more like past experience story.
Okay, you really gotta read slower.
Oh, sorry. A lot to unpack here. Okay, first of all, right, I want to say that like your ex putting plasters on your hand does not mean that there is a chance of you guys getting back together. I think she was just doing that because your hands were bleeding. So like I think everything else, maybe I don't know the full context, but your ex definitely did have hot and cold behavior with you, but the plaster thing is not one of them. So I don't feel like it's right for you to like blame that part as part of the hot and cold behavior with your ex. And you obviously should have cut her off a long time ago, and I think as teenagers like people wouldn't know that at all. But and you also like ended up like really hurting your next partner, which you realized that you didn't love her and all that. Like yeah, okay, like teenage years, all the dumbassery and everything, but then I think it's also I hope you would also know that what you did to Alex was wrong. And I know you like you learned some lessons in the story here, but I think like you didn't mention the part where it's like you had a part to play in it too.
No accountability taken.
Yeah, because in here you're saying like okay, you you kiss a girl, you had bad blood, you destroyed yourself, you may not get the answers you want, time will tell the truth. I don't think time will tell the truth. In fact, there's no truth to be told. The truth is all out in the open. You know, and it doesn't matter whether you're in your teenage years or whatever, but like, you had your part to play in it too. What happened to you was wrong and obviously shouldn't have happened, but I also don't think that time will tell the truth about your ex.
Yeah, you also did a lot of stuff, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, like, okay, it's really sad that you ended up feeling suicidal and then you had to self-harm and everything. But actually the other things you did were very shitty as well. So.
Yeah, and it led to a lot of the shitty things that you did led to consequences that led to, you know, like it's a snowball sort of thing. Like it will come back for you. It comes back and bites you in the ass, basically. I'm not saying that you deserve it. I'm not saying that you deserve the things that have happened to you, or you deserve to be suicidal, or you deserve to feel like that. I don't think anyone should deserve any of this. But it's just a thing lah. Like you did contribute to the ending, you know. You may not be the one who started it, but you contributed to it as well.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing.
Take accountability.
Yes.
Okay, next. I need a fucking, where's my book? I can't read, y'all. I'm a visual person, okay? Okay.
Visual learner.
Wow, this one starts off a little, okay. In bracket, at the time, the teen female. Okay. Backstory, I had a bunch of queer fan art of Bubblegum and Marceline and Asami/Korea in my camera roll on my phone, and I left my phone on the table unlocked. In bracket, first mistake. My mom grabbed my phone, went through my phone, and called me into the room and proceeded to ask me why I had all these lesbian pictures in my phone. This conversation was in Spanish, and I told her that I was a lesbian and I had no attraction to males, and I never really have, and I'd known that since the first day of 6th grade in 2019. Long story short, she said that she would die of disappointment and that if she ever caught me making out with a girl, she would beat my ass. Later on, she asked me about children, and I stated I wanted to adopt due to some past involvement in a child that was put in my family's care that really inspired me. She said that if I were to ever adopt, the children wouldn't love me and I would end up alone, and that my spouse would leave me for a man because that is a more stable living. A man and a woman is the creation of God, and that's how they should be. Then she went on about how gay sex leads to butt cancer. What? Something along those lines. Currently, I have a girlfriend. My mom has met her. She teases me about her from time to time in a playful manner. She's still not fully understanding, but she's definitely gotten used to it. When I told her about my now girlfriend, she questioned why I hadn't told her, which was 2 weeks after we started dating. And I told her it was because she, my mother, had told me that she would die of sadness. But she said that that didn't matter now, because she realized she couldn't leave my siblings behind. What the fuck does that mean? My girlfriend and I have been together for about 6 to 7 months now. That sounds like a happy story to me. Shall I read one more?
Oh, the story ended?
Yeah, the story ended.
Oh, happy for you.
Yeah, that's a happy ending.
Yeah.
That's great.
We're happy for you.
Okay, I'll read one more from this portion, yeah? In bracket, I'm bisexual. When I was 14, my mom asked me if I had any crushes, and I was like, yes. I had a crush on a guy and was rejected. After that, I had a crush on a girl and I was rejected. In bracket, I did not tell her about the rejection part. And I was bisexual. My mom was stunned. Then, a big awkward pause. She asked, is it because of my parents' divorce? I said no. She looked chill, but deep inside, I think she's homophobic. After a few months, she forgot that I'm bisexual, and she kept saying that she wanted to see me married to a guy, obviously. So, the worst part is I prefer women than men romantically and sexually. Like, she kicked me back into the closet like when Yeri said she likes girls. It's a K-pop meme. Now I'm 17. That one not such a happy ending.
What?
But it's okay. Like, I think after a few years, you'll be able to be like, more free and everything and do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You don't have to be back in the closet. You'll be out. You'll be out again.
You'll be out. You know, there's only so much space in the closet.
Wait, hold up. We go to dating stories. That one is the worst. Dating stories is terrible.
Okay.
Oh my
God, sent March last year. So sorry.
No lah, it's May.
Oh, May.
Yeah.
Hi guys, I love your content so much. It helped me accept myself as a lesbian and embrace who I am. Okay, so I was talking to this girl, femme, who at the time identified as straight, and she said she liked me. I, mass presenting woman, found her attractive. Little did I know I was digging myself into a hole. So we kept texting, and the sexual tension is there, but there's no romance or emotional connection, and we couldn't really talk about anything. Now, here's the problem. Me and this girl have never dated, but we've made out a couple of times, and I don't know why I keep doing it. She has ruined most of my relationships because I keep cheating on my partners with her and then feeling guilty, like I don't like her, I've never liked her, but I don't understand why I keep going back to her, and I'm trying to remove her from my life, but she keeps coming back, and I don't know how to say no. Help!
Just say no!
What the hell?
Why the fuck would you cheat on your partners? Okay, you cannot be only blaming her for you cheating on your partners, you know. You also had a role. You also had a part to play in cheating on your partners, okay? If the person was there and you are not a cheater, you wouldn't cheat on your partner, right? So even if you were with her and somebody else come along, you are going to cheat on this partner too.
I feel like you already know the answer. The answer is stop cheating.
The answer is just fucking cut her off and stay loyal. That's it.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
You know, maybe you need to get cheated on to know how it feels like.
Yeah, we both got cheated on.
Doesn't sound like you learned. You know, you didn't say partner, you said partners, plural. So you've been a serial cheater. I think somebody needs to cheat on you so that you're gonna get the point.
Yeah.
What the hell?
What do you mean you're trying to remove her from your life? Just remove her lah.
Just
Very
do it.
hard, man. Block her on all social media platforms. Block her number. Never see her in person again.
Yeah, it's very easy
It's
to block
as
people,
easy
you know.
as that. What do you mean you can't say no?
Yeah.
Dude, this is just a bunch of fucking excuses.
Yeah, honestly,
it's just a bunch of
this
excuses.
is
You
crazy.
want to cheat. If you didn't want to cheat, you would have blocked her already. You wouldn't have done it.
Do you hate yourself?
Girl, this is
That's
fucked
crazy.
up.
We feel very strongly about cheating and this ain't it, man.
Nah.
We don't know what to
this
say to you.
Ain't fucking it.
Okay.
Oh, this one's a long one. Oh, it's not that long. Okay. In brackets, sorry in advance for the length. Please shorten it if you want. Wow, we're just gonna read it. Disclaimer. Oh my god, I just saw a trigger warning word. I mean, it's not a trigger warning word, but it's a... Anyway, trigger warning sexual assault. I'll just put it out there. Disclaimer, this happened at a time in my life when I was very emotionally unstable, depressed, and lost in life. For context, I was sexually assaulted at my first job by a male senior and also just lost my best friend of 10 years. Looking back, I think I unconsciously had a huge crush on her. I was heartbroken and cried non-stop for a week.
What?
Anyway, I met this girl... hold on. Anyway, I met this girl at the gym. Let's call her A. She had sort of a rocker chick, shaggy shoulder length hair, and we clicked immediately. From the start, she knew I was into women. Closeted bisexual here. We would leave gym together, text every day, say we miss each other, and randomly meet up. Occasionally hang out as friends, though they felt like dates. Sometimes after gym, she would accompany me on the subway past her stop. Once she casually said she wouldn't mind kissing me, which left me very confused. She never really talked about her sexuality. I knew she had a crush on her friend, but I couldn't tell if it was just admiration or a real crush. She was also a Christian, so maybe that was a part of it. I also opened up about my trauma, and she lent me her shoulder to cry and hugged and comforted me. Subconsciously, I knew I was falling for her, falling in love with her, but that was my first and only time properly in love with someone, and in this sort of weird situationship. So I was in huge denial and rationalized it as the thrill of making a new friend. I also asked her if she did things like send her other friends home, and she said she did, but ... Really? Anyway, our relationship gradually soured. Long story short, she didn't like that I didn't have a direction in life. Okay, which is fair, but started looking down on me and being disrespectful. Also, I think she picked up on my feelings, and it might have made her uncomfortable as well. IDK, but I was pretty insensitive to her too, so we were kind of shitty to each other. Why is everybody just shitty to everyone today?
Damn.
Anyway, one night she nervously said she wasn't into girls, basically hinting that she knew about my feelings and rejecting me. I was flustered and just went, "Oh, me too."
I love liars.
We started talking less after that. I couldn't stop thinking about her, so I deleted our messages and unfriended her on social media. And in my head, I wanted to prove that I liked guys too, and got into this FWB thing with a guy for sex and companionship, and also to forget about her. But I didn't have any feelings for him, and was so relieved when it ended. He fell for me and I was like, ew, no thanks. Okay, I was a bit of an asshole, but I always made it clear that it was transactional. The situationship ended a few years ago and I heard she got married recently. Well, I'll probably end up with a guy myself, partly because I can't take another wuhluhwuh heartbreak, and also I'm a typical coward bi girl. I own it, okay? I'm like 90% over her, but the ambiguity still haunts me. Was there ever anything that I misread our friendship? What is it? Am I the asshole? I really need a third party's perspective. I've never shared this with my friends. Just write poems about her to Cole.
Damn.
I mean, she's married now. What difference does it make if you find out whether that was real or unreal? Like, why do you need to know?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people in our audience, they like to dwell on all these things, and then they will end up saying things like, I had a crush on this person for 10 years. And I'm like, that's insane. That's insane. And also, like, at the same time, like, why do you guys want to know, like, how a person feels about you? Okay, let's say I'll give you an example. Let's say I met a girl, like, a few years back, and then afterwards, like, I get close to her, and then, like, we, like, were friends, but, like, not really. I don't really know her sexuality, whatever. And then, like, I like her. And then we have a tension thing that made me think that, oh, okay, it's probably, like, something, it's probably not. But I think sometimes it's the rush or the excitement that makes people feel that way. But also, let's say if I like her and I don't know how she feels about me, what difference does it make if she's married and she used to like me?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
She still didn't choose me in the end, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, the point still stands. Like, I don't know, like, if it will make you feel validated or anything, but trust me, you don't want that validation.
Why do you even need to know? Because to me, it's like, okay, let's say you want closure, but the fact is, she married someone else.
Yeah.
The fact is, she told you that she didn't like girls. Why can't you just take what people say and just leave?
Yeah.
Like, to me, if somebody is like telling me that, like, oh, I'm straight, then okay lah. Straight lah, what can I do?
Yeah,
then
yeah,
why
yeah.
I want to question everything? You get what I
Right,
mean?
yeah.
The only time I would question is if I felt like they were gaslighting me.
Yeah.
But if they are gaslighting me, I will also just take it as that and leave, because why the fuck do I need to? Because if I know the truth to me, they gaslight me, then if I want to go back and get the truth from them, if they don't want to tell the truth, they don't want to tell the truth one, you know.
Yeah. No, and okay, we gave you this perspective, but let's think about the other person's perspective. Let's say I'm that girl, then somebody has a crush on me. And then I don't know whether they had a crush on me or not, but I like them. But I don't like them anymore. So, you know what I mean? Maybe that is her perspective. Like, maybe she did like you, but she doesn't like you anymore. And I can say, like, okay, let's say there are many people in my life that I have liked before, I've never told them, and then I don't like them anymore. What difference does it make? Okay, they knew I used to like them, but I don't like them now and I don't want to be with them now, ma. The outcome is still the same at the end of the day. If they want to feel better about themselves that I used to like them, that is okay lah, fine. But then what? That's it lah.
Yeah lor. It really is what it is sometimes, you know. Like, you can just like, this is what happened, this is the result. Me wanting to find out this and that doesn't change anything. Just take it as it is and just forget about it.
Yeah.
Leave it in the past.
It really,
move forward.
Like, you really cannot waste your energy on these kind of things. There's no point dwelling in the past and holding yourself back from being with other people.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we always preach about celibacy and everything, but in this case, like, you could meet so many other amazing people, but you're hung up on this girl who's, like, currently married, and there's really no point to know how she feels about you right now.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing.
Okay lah, one more. We have time for that's okay lah. That's
Okay.
not too long, dude. That is long. Wait.
I read very fast.
No, don't read too fast. Anyway, y'all, thank you for sending in your stories, your coming out stories, and your dating horror stories.
Yeah.
It's always fun to read.
Yeah, it's always fun to read.
It's a little bit, sometimes it's a little bit questionable.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's a little bit heavy, but we enjoy reading them anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you for watching.
Buy us coffee.
Yeah.
Happy Pride.
It's Happy Pride to us now. By the time we release it, right? don't know whether still Pride Month or
In
not.
Pride no more.
Yeah. Anyway, bye y'all.
Okay, bye.
Okay, cut.